Hey, how's it going everyone? Today I'm going to walk you through how I'm choosing to add a Garmin Striker to my Hobie Kayak, my Hobie Lynx. I bought it new this year and I am working through trying to set it up for kayak fishing. So let me walk you through the parts list, how I'm going to get this done, and hopefully this is useful for you all who are out there trying to add Garmin Striker 4 to their Hobie Lynx kayaks. So this is what we're working with. I'm going to use this angle cooler that I already had. I think I probably paid about maybe $70 or so at the time. I'm removing one of the fishing rod holders here to put in my power plug, and I'm going to put in a USB plug here for charging GoPros and stuff. I wanted to put it here on the side because I didn't, when I mount this to the kayak, I didn't want it to kind of be in the way of mounting the power. So I'm gonna go with this Jackery for the power source because I bought it and I have it, and I'm gonna try it out. Hopefully, hopefully this will do for keeping the fish finder going all day and charging phones and GoPros. So basically, I'm using that. Here is the power cable for the Garmin Striker 4. I'm going to solder on a waterproof connector to that. On the angle cooler side, I am going to mount this connector header. I'm also going to mount this waterproof USB connection system on the side. On the inside, this power plug is going to tie to the fuse going to the fish finder, also to the fuse tying to the USB, and then this will all be connected to this connector here with a 12-volt power plug on the end that will then connect to the Jackery here. So I'm going to walk you through the install. Enjoy. Alright, we're going to drill a couple pilot holes to mount the power plug and the USB connector. Alright, we got the two holes ready here. We got the power plug and we got the USB hole ready to go. I'm gonna mount basically like this. Put a little bit of RTV behind it. It's gonna mount like so. Like that. USB. That, and then a power plug here. Alright, next we are going to solder the connector, the wire to the connector here. Make sure you want a clean tip. You want to make sure you got your tip. I'm going to fill these little cups first with solder. Now that you pre-soldered these little cups, and you got these pre-tin wires, go ahead and solder them together. Alright, positive, negative, solder down there. Alright, I got a little clamp out here to do the soldering because it's going to make it a little easier. So I'm going to pre-tin these power wires on the Garmin power cord. Just got to heat up the wire, add some solder. It's going to help to flow it into the cup a little easier. And we're going to fill these cups. Alright, I'm doing power on number 1 and ground on number 2. Power and ground soldered on.
All right, so the power connector's ready. I'm gonna beef up the cord with some Gorilla duct tape here so that the connector can lock tightly around the cable. So we'll just do this a few times just to beef up the cable and get a seal on the lock. See why I beefed that up? So this can clamp on there and seal that. I'm gonna lock this down. I'm gonna cinch it. That's sealed there. This power cable. So now this is the power cable that's gonna connect here and then go out to the fish finder. All right, that's pretty clamped there. Sealed with silicone. And this is where we'll be able to plug in our cell phone to charge and charge up our GoPro when needed. All right, so I am saving you the painful details of soldering all this, but I have the USB mounted. I got the power plug mounted. On the inside, I spliced in the fuses and the power and ground to these disconnects. And then this 12-volt plug is going to go into the jackery, and that is going to supply power to both the USB and to the fish finder. So we're at 100%. All right, so we plugged in the 12-volt to the jackery, turned on the 12-volt power cord. Coming here to the USB, we should be able to turn this on now. And it's showing 13.2 volts. We should be able to charge a phone with that, so we can check that soon here. All right, so we are checking to see if this is charging my iPhone. And as you can see, it is working. So we now have onboard charging for iPhones and GoPros. All right, so we're checking to make sure we're getting 12 volts here at the connector using my multimeter. So as you can see, we got 13 volts coming out here. That's going to go and supply the fish finder with this cable. And I just realized that I put power on number 2 and ground on number 1. I think I did the opposite on the cable, so I'm going to go ahead and double check that that's correct. That's the benefit of checking your voltage before you connect everything with the multimeter. So I'm going to go ahead and check that and make sure positive and negative are on the right pins. So one step closer. As I suspected, I had positive and negative reverse, so I was able to resolder red on 2, black on 1, and now we will get the right power across the fish finder. All right, to recap, so we took my angle cooler that I had already, we mounted a power plug, we mounted a USB charger. I am using my existing jackery. I believe this is a 200 watt. This thing should probably last a full day or 2 on the water for the fish finder. I wired in a quick disconnect to plug into the 12-volt supply, and then I wired in this outdoor connector, which is going to plug in here and feed the fish finder. Now let's go out to the Hobie Lynx and show you how I have my fish finder set up for quick setup and quick takedown, so it's completely portable. Here we have my new Hobie Lynx. This is what we're mounting the Garmin Striker 4 fish finder to. Excuse the messy garage, I got a lot of projects going on. So I am going to show you how I intend to install this Garmin and make it as portable as possible. I want to be as minimal as possible fishing this. So again, here's the angle, strapping it down to these Yak Attack strap clips here. I'll put the links to everything that I'm using in this video again with the angle. So the thought is I'm going to hold my fish finder in here, which it's in there, and we'll go through the install. So I'll set up the GoPro here and we'll talk through it. Alright, so here's the thought. Here's a striker mounted to a Yak Attack Garmin fish finder holder. Simple as that. That's done. I got the transducer here, again, Yak Attack. It's called a switchblade. Alright, so we'll get this mounted real soon here. That gets mounted as so. I'm gonna keep it towards the back of the kayak here. So you can see how it's mounted. Quick install. If you know, I'm ready to come in, simple as that. Just boom, get it out of the water, put it back in the water. The cable's gonna mount here. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna utilize the kayak holder there. All right, and then the transducer mounts right to the back. Just like that, the transducer is mounted. And there's that cable I made. All right, so we're gonna plug in the power cable here. That's gonna come around like this. Bring it into the inside. And we're gonna plug it in here. So then what I do is I have these quick, I'm just gonna put it in this, channel. I have these quick ties here. So I got these ties that I will bring through here. Just like that. Sorry, I'm trying to do it with one hand and record. Alright, so that'll be a lot cleaner than that. As you can see, what we'll do is we'll tie this up through here with these quick disconnects. But the cables will be all out of the way. This is plugged in. And now there's the moment of truth. Do I have power to my Garmin? And we do. Look at that. Got English. All right, here we go. And we are working. And as you can see, we're drawing. We got 13.2 volts there. All right, and that's the setup, guys. I am excited to use this thing. And let me show you the quick breakdown. All right, let's just break it down real quick and see how long that takes. All right, so we'll take the power cord out. Actually, I'll shut this down first. All right, then I'll screw the power. Take these off here. All right, power cable goes back in here. Unplug the transducer. This is the quick release. Pops right off. Transducer slides right off. I'm gonna pop that in here, back in the bin, just like that. I'll figure it out. There we go. Goes in there. And boom, just pop this into the truck and we're ready to go. Ready to put this thing back on top of the hood. Nice and portable, nice and simple. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you watched this whole video, thank you for watching. And hopefully this will help you think of some ideas on how to install your fish finder to your Hobie Lynx. Good luck out there. See ya.